Hey guys, it's late night. I'm here to do a reading for you. See what's going on out here. I'm going to pull some tarot, but I'm also going to pull some situational cards and see what's happening. The Magician. Somebody is manifesting you. Someone has feelings. They will be sending a message of feelings as well. That's communication. Pages bring messages, text message, phone call. This could be, it's more like a sweet message, like a, just a little sweet something. It's not necessarily like an outpouring of emotions. Said I was going to get situational, but since cards started jumping off the deck, yes, wait. Alright guys, two came upright and the other one was face down. I think there's maybe more on the floor. We have a reunion card. Reconciliation. This is my celebratory marriage card, basically. It's also my twin flame card, the 1111 card. It's Four of Wands. You may have been in conflict with somebody, okay? Just not seeing eye to eye. Someone wants to come out of that. They're having a lot of inner conflict, though, okay? But there's been a clash of ambition in the past, and they're trying to get out of that. But with the Knight of Swords, they're opinionated, and, you know, maybe they are coming to some rash conclusions. Give me 1 minute, though. I'm going to get that a little bit further. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not quite with it. My energy's just slightly off tonight. Ran into an old friend. You know, they're being impulsive. You know, they don't have a real direction. With this message that's coming in, they know what they want. Okay? They manifested you. They literally manifested you. Okay? They manifested you. You're everything that they could possibly want. They can see a future with you, but this message that's coming, it's like without direction. It lacks direction. You may have had some miscommunication. This person is just kind of like for irrational behavior. This message may come with haste. You know, kind of impulsive. Let me see what and why and when. Okay, let's find out. Let's see why they're in such a rush to send you a message and why it seems so like discombobulated. Just, let's see what we got, guys. I see another deck that's calling my name. If I don't get something off of this one pretty quickly, I'm going to switch. Oh, good luck. Good things are manifesting, guys. So with that Magician, that really just kind of compounds the whole manifesting thing. Good things are manifesting. So if you've been manifesting something too, just know that it is coming to fruition. You are home for this person. This person feels like home around you. They're happy. They're comfortable. I mean, they're just familiar. They feel secure with you. They're also terrified at the same time. Whoa. Rise and fall. There it is. The hot and cold. Time to get off the ride. On and off. Roller coaster. Good and bad. Inconsistent. Unpredictable. Clashing desires. I mean, this person has been hot and cold with you. Just completely hot and cold. They know how they feel. God bless it. Heart and key, it's safe for you to love, open to love, perfect match, meeting the one, easy to love, compliment each other. They know who you are. You may have met online, with the online card, maybe a dating website, something like that. It says, looking for love online, online connection, and you could possibly expect an email message. Or they could be spying online. This is also searching or spying online. So they could be looking at you online and kind of just, you know, looking at your social media profile if you have one. To see what you're posting, things of that nature. You also could have met them online. It literally says online connection or looking for love online. So perhaps you met online. Maybe this person with the hot and cold, they didn't expect to feel the things that they're feeling for you. But, I mean, good things are manifesting and they want to put in the work. They want to meet in person. It says rendezvous, courtship, getting to know each other. You know, they could be looking for information online about you. In the air, the situation is still undecided, though. It's unstable conditions. It's unresolved. You know, unknown, undecided, in limbo, indecisive, and ongoing. They want to do these things. It's such a hot and cold energy right here. They know who you are. They know how you make them feel. They want to put in the effort, but by the same token, they're freaked out. It's undecided. They don't know what to do. They know it's safe. They know you're not going to hurt them. Yet and still, it's just like back and forth, hot and cold behavior, you know. And what you don't need is somebody communicating with you when they don't know what they want. I would rather be left alone and allow that person time and energy and, you know, silence and all that so they can figure out what they want. And I can live my life in the meantime. And I'm not sitting still, holding on and waiting for somebody to make a decision for or, you know, not in favor of me. I'm good. I'm good. Because, you know what? No one should be sitting around waiting for anyone. Okay? No. What for? Life is way too damn short for that. If you don't know who I am, and your energy, though your energy is telling you that I am, you know, right for you, I'm good. If you can't trust your intuition, then, you know, police, it says, don't want to hear it. I don't know what the police thing is about, guys, but, fake friends. You know, I'm not sure exactly how those things relate, but I will get more information. See what Spirit is trying to tell me. Actually, you know what? I may put this deck down and go to the tarot and clarify with the tarot. But let's see. Divorce, breaking contract, love story, once upon a time. They could be in a commitment. Doing drugs, it says. Hater. Oh, God. With fake friends. The hell is going on over here, guys? Okay. This person, what I'm getting off of this. In the past, this person has truly and genuinely had people that just don't give a shit about them. Okay? They may be in a commitment now where they want to break the contract. They want to get out of it. They know it's not right for them. They know you are their once upon a time, their whole ass love story. But they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear their intuition. They don't want to hear what the universe is trying to tell them. It could be using substances to numb, to not want to hear it, to... I need to clarify that police card, though. I don't like it. I mean, hell, the doing drugs and the police, they kind of go hand in hand. Risky ventures. Finances and health worries. Taking things for granted. Too materialistic. Oh. This person could be involved in something that is a risky venture that could not be on the up and up. If that's the case, they better watch their tail, because with the police involvement there, that's not good. They could be very money focused, trying to get money right. You know, that's a King of Cups right there. the King of Cups, and it flipped over. I knew what it was. I saw it when I flipped it down, but then it jumped over. It was like this person is trying so hard to hide their emotions, to get them manage and control their emotions for you. They're trying to hide them. When it went kind of like this and jumped into the upside down where you couldn't see it, they don't want you to know how deeply they feel for you. They're not comfortable with that. That makes them feel out of control. With the police card, I mean, they could be involved in something that is not legitimately appropriate, and, you know, it could be using people for money. Who knows? You know? Having whole ass relationships for money. I don't know. It's possible. Or, you know, there could be like a justice type of situation. They need to bring the truth to light, you know? They need to bring you justice. Maybe they have been completely dishonest with you about a lot of things. Alright, King of Cups. Where the hell are you? Let it loose. You know what? You can't run from your emotions forever, because you know what? Wherever you are, or wherever you go, there you are. It's true. Wherever you freaking go, there you are. They want to move into calmer waters with the Six of Swords, and this one also. There's a king and queen of swords. This is a divine union. There's a whole ass match right here. But what the King of Swords has a strong mind. He's rational. He brings clarity. He's ethical and he's fair. You know, the Queen of Swords can be kind of brash. And perhaps, they're afraid that if they come to you, they're going to be rejected. You know, and that can be hard. That can be very difficult. That maybe they're just scared to death that that's what's going to wind up happening, because they sabotage their own relationships and situations and have fake friends and surface level, situations, because they're not willing to be vulnerable with their feelings, because it's scary, it's unfamiliar, and undoubtedly someone used it against them when they were a child and or in a past relationship. Someone went into the soft places of their soul and friggin' put little jabs in them, little shanks all up in them. They're not used to somebody. They're not used to genuine people who will kiss those spots instead of friggin' shanking them. You know, they guard their heart with all, they have been conditioned to do so all their lives, because allowing anyone in could mean them getting hurt. But by pushing people away, and pushing people away, and pushing people away, people get frustrated. You know, no matter how much they love you, people get frustrated. And just walk away eventually. Because who likes being pushed away 50,000 times? I surely don't. And I'm sure you don't, collective, either. Nor should you deal with that. You know what? This person needs to come into their Emperor energy and freaking do the healing work that is required, so that they do not push good people away. And so they use their intuition so that they know who's good and who's for them and who's not. And you know what? Bad advice from family members? No. Find a mentor. Find somebody who has what you want. Don't go to a family member who has been miserable all their lives. Every bit of their lives, and refuses to heal from it. I said what I said. Go find yourself somebody who has what you want. If a good relationship and a solid, something, and you have no idea what a good relationship should look like, go to find somebody that has a good relationship, that has something you want. Ask them for advice. That's the logical thing to do. Follow the path that others have taken. Don't try to recreate the wheel. Don't try to hold on to the control so tightly that you miss out on beautiful things in your freaking life. And people just want to shake you. And right now I kind of feel like I'm talking to those divine masculine out there that just won't get it together no matter what. 1444 as I look up on the clock. Rejection is sometimes ethereal protection. So divine feminines out there, and that's neither a gender, it's not a gender, that is an energy. For my divine feminines out there, what's meant for you will never pass you by. And you know what? Something fell off. Child. There's an inner child wound. And there could be children involved as well. This person could be trapped because there's children involved that they're trying to keep stability for. Or there could be other children. Could be other children on the way, involved, whatever. You know? This person has held a lot of secrets. But you are their wish. They are hoping, praying, yearning. They want you. They want to be happy. They just don't know how. Chaos seems way more familiar because it's the way they were raised. Chaos is more familiar, so yes, we're going to choose a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. Grip, they're weighed down. Anchors and chains. They feel chained to their belief systems, to their dogma, to outdated thinking, to their toxic ass behaviors. Instead of healing them, you know, and being okay and knowing it's okay to be happy, even if it means going against what other people think is what's best for you, because guess what? Even if people have your best intention at heart, if they're miserable people, they don't know what it is to be happy. So how could they guide you towards your happiness? It doesn't even make any sense at all. They're on the verge of an offer, proposal, commitment, but they're so afraid that somebody in their realm is going to be petty, jealous, envious. They could also be envious because you know what? You could shine. And your happiness may very well make them envious of you. Even if they're not fully aware of it. Maybe you have your shit together, you know? You have a decent life. You do things. You live the way you want to live. And you're happy. You know? Sometimes people aren't happy for you. There are haters. I mean, there was a hater card out here. They could be your hater too. They could love you and have a love-hate type of a relationship with you. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true. But instead of being a hater, they could be a joiner and freaking join you in your journey. But they choose a familiar hell instead. Pressure cooker, though. They're ready to explode. They're ready to explode. They're in a rage with themselves, most likely because of the decisions that they've made and the way that they have behaved toward people who just want to love them. Just love them. And be right there by their side. But, you know, they can only love you as far as they've loved themselves. And if they don't have self-love, they can't love you right. So they have to deal with these things and deal with the unhealthy behaviors in order to come to you correctly. They're a hamster wheel. There's financial issues. Like I said, I mean, there's definitely signs pointing to this person having financial issues and doing things that are not above board to get the money with that police card, and then with the tarot that we pulled, you know, doing unethical shit. They have karma, you know. Sometimes, I mean, and you keep doing unethical shit, guess what? Karma's gonna kick your ass over and over again. You don't, if your person is dealing with those things, that's one thing you don't want to become involved with, especially if you've led a decent life and you've made your amends and you are on the straight and narrow. No, you don't want that. They want to have a talk, though. They want to get on the same page with you. But there's divine intervention. You're prevented from harm and you are protected. So right now, again, rejection is sometimes divine protection. So if this person is rejecting you, they're not ready for you. Live your life. Live your whole ass life. Go out here and be happy and do things that make you happy. You know, it's unfortunate and you may really want this person to be involved with your life, and it may make you very sad that you know, can't shake them and be like, what the hell are you doing? But you can't do that. Because guess what? You're one person and they are another person. And this is their journey. And they have to heal their hurts. You can plant seeds all day long. You can lead a horse to water, but you surely cannot make them drink. Absolutely not. But they will come to the point where they will learn their lesson. And it will be at some point complete. They are obsessed with you. Must have. Indulgence. The rage. The pressure cooker. They want you. But they know they have to go about it the proper way. Through the proper channels. You know? Heal themselves. Take care of them. They can't come in if they're not, you know, doing things the right way. If they don't, you know, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a day. So, and yeah, some of the stuff is personal. And the cards just really kind of laid it out there. Exactly as, you know, things are going. So I'm going to pull a couple of these cards here. We have flow. Oh gosh, imagine that. I have had the conversation with a person that's important to me. Oh, and openness too, which just lends to vulnerability. But I have had the same conversation about flow and not fighting upstream an uphill damn battle and going with the flow of the divine so that you can, things will start happening for you in a positive way. Money will start coming. Blessings will start coming once you decide to follow the divine. And not a moment sooner. Everything, when you're fighting uphill, everything's a struggle. Everything's a struggle. Relationships are a struggle. Money is a struggle. Life is a freaking struggle. It seems like nothing, everything that could go wrong does when you're out of flow with the universe. Okay? So let's read. Let's read. Put my glasses on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Meandering river. A meandering river is a waterway that curves, bends, turns, and seems to swing side to side. Oh gee, your person's been doing that, you know, through the whole reading. All the energy, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, back and forth. Viewed from above, it looks like a sinuous and even, it looks sinuous and even snake-like. Meandering rivers are dynamic as they wind their way through the valley floors. This is like in the Grand Canyon. There are definitely rivers that look just like this. It's beautiful. And they bring life-giving sediment to new habitat. The word meander was derived from the ancient Meander River, which flows into the Aegean Sea. The Greeks created symbols for meander that have been described as some of the most important symbols for the ancient Greek culture. They represent the fluid movement of water and the eternal flow of all life. The twisting patterns were also thought to represent the serpent. It's the year of the snake, which was the symbol of healing. This is the year of healing. It's the shedding of old snake skin. Hence, our present-day symbol for doctors. The sacred landscape wants you to know there are times to hold on tight to the shore, and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and move in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. This is also the time to release old limiting patterns, forgive, and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. I just freaking said that. I literally just said that the blessings would come. The money would come. All of the things would get 1,000% easier. I just finished that. Thank you, God, for confirming what I just finished getting up on my soapbox about. You will enter into a state of grace and healing will abound. Healing will abound. And life gets so much better. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I'm going to tell my story one more time, guys, and this is going to wind up dragging on. I'm going to read openness in a minute, and then I'm going to wrap it. Okay? Because we know what this person wants to do, but we also know what they need to do. They need to get in flow. When I was in my 20s, okay, late 20s, I had been an addict. I had been out on the streets. I wound up homeless because I finally got off drugs. And I looked at my life and I was just like, holy crap. I'm gonna die out here. Literally doing stupid things to make money, you know, to survive. And I'm looking around just like I am literally gonna die. And I got on a bus one day. And I talked to a bus driver, and I was in Portland, Oregon. And she told me, I started just telling her my story. I just started telling her of the things that were going on in my life, all the losses that I'd lost my children. I pretty much lost my life to drugs. And she looked at me, and we were alone on the bus. This was the longest bus ride. This bus goes from the Burnside Bridge in Portland, Oregon, all the way to Gresham. If for those of you familiar with the Pac Northwest, it was a long bus ride, and there wasn't anyone else on the bus, and I just felt compelled to talk to her and to tell her all of the things. And she looked at me and she said, you know, you're not the only one that's ever gone through this. And I looked at her like, what are you talking about? And she was like, I was there. At one point in my life, I was there. And that woman, because I had been, I lost my identification. Actually, the police kept it. They'd pulled me over, checked my ID, and they didn't give it back. So I didn't have ID. I was relying on random people to pay for hotels at night so I could stay, have a roof over my freaking head. And that night, she told me, she said, just stay on my bus. She made phone calls when she got to Gresham. She got off, it was her lunch break, and she was eating, like, whatever, she offered food, and she made phone calls. And then later on the way back, and mind you, this is a long route, it was after 7 p.m., and somehow she had managed to get me into a shelter. By the grace of God. And from that day forward, I still made mistakes, but I had a roof over my head as long as I was there before 7. There was a tiny church across the street, and they were open late on the weekends, and they would like serve sandwiches and chili, and you know, they would talk to people that were homeless about, you know, God and kind of like getting in the flow and stuff and things of that nature. And I started going there, and it was cold, and there wasn't much open on the weekends. Like, throughout the week, I got into the flow, and I changed things up, and I went to a place called Central City Concern, and I started filling out a resume. They taught me how to fix that up. They gave me a phone number so I could have jobs call me. I started applying for jobs and wound up with 2, you know, and I didn't have anywhere to stay. Like, if I wasn't there by 7 p.m., you couldn't make arrangements to come in later, even if you had a job. So it was just like, all right, God, you know, how are we going to do this? You've given me 2 job opportunities. I am super grateful for this. And I would just wake up every single day, and I'd be like, okay, God, how are you going to take care of me today? And I expected that the universe was going to take care of me, and every single day I was cared for. Every day. Okay? Every single day. I went on to, you know, once I walked away from drugs, I never did turn back. I didn't turn back, but I did wind up drinking after that, you know, because transfer addiction is very real, okay? When we don't deal with the void, we try to fill the void with other things. So I am actually just celebrated my 11th year sober as well on the 6th of this month, February. So a lot of that. But once I got into, I said all of that to say that once I got into the flow of the universe, things started to change for me, and they were freaking absolutely amazing. Every day I was cared for, taken care of. I wound up with an apartment before I even had a paycheck or started my job, right? From a place that didn't do that. They had to have 3 months of check stubs before they would consider helping you, and there was a long list. They helped me. I had an offer letter from a cable company. I had a freaking offer letter, and that is all I had. I didn't have one check stub, much less 3 months worth. And they helped me. They paid half of a first month rent and a deposit for me. And then, like, as I was getting prepared to start my job, whatever, they gave me enough time to have a paycheck to be able to pay the rest of the other half of my rent. They brought me bedding. They brought me something to sit on. They brought me silverware. But that very first day that I walked into that apartment with my little rolling suitcase and everything I owned in it, because I'd pretty much lost everything else, I walked in that day and I left my suitcase behind. And I locked the door. And I was so grateful. I was so grateful. That day I learned, and actually before that day, I learned about gratitude for the things that the divine was providing me, and just the fact that I could walk in and put my things in this space and walk back out with nothing and just myself, and not have to roll it around, drag it, pull it, carry backpack, whatever, and just, I felt so free. I felt like the chains had broken. And I could walk out, I locked my little door, and I was just like, I'm free, and I don't have anywhere to go, It was like a couple of days before I had started my first day at work, and I mean, I was so grateful. It was amazing. And the thing about it is, when I got off drugs, and I realized how crappy my life I had made it, and all the things that I had lost, it could have been a lot easier for me to go back to drugs and just to numb it. So I know what that feels like, to just numb it, because it's easier sometimes to just not face it, not deal with it, because there's just so much under the surface that needs healing. It hurts so damn bad that you just are like, I fucked everything up. But you know what? It was so worth it. My life is so different today. My life is so freaking different today. And gratitude. I am so dang grateful. I am so grateful for everything that I have. Everything, every lesson that I've learned, all of it. I got my kids back. It took a long time, but I did. And now I have a 6-year-old. Some many years later, I had my tubes tied. And, my second son was like, I think he was like 15, 16 when I started trying for my baby. And I have a little one. He's a miracle. I lost lots of babies trying for him. So, my life is amazing. My life is very amazing. I travel. I do stuff. I do what I want. I have the ability to get on a flight. And I'm planning my next, next trip here shortly. I just got back from Jamaica. I went to Bali in November. I have an amazing life. I really do. And it's not all up and beautiful all the time. It's, it's rough sometimes. But it's beautiful. Let me read the openness, and I'm going to let you guys go. I had to get on my little soapbox tonight. Sorry, I got into flow. Let's see. Openness. Secrets of the moon. The moon is Cancerian energy, incidentally, and it's also divine feminine, the moon. The cycles of the moon affect every aspect of our life. The cyclical magnetic pull regulates the tides as it acts on our planet's waters. The moon even affects the monthly cycles of women. It is not an accident that a woman's cycle and the cycle of the moon are approximately the same amount of time. In native cultures, when women lived in nature, it was not uncommon for them to menstruate during the new moon and ovulate around the full moon. It's a new moon tonight, guys. If you're it's time to manifest things. Whatever you're out there manifested, it's time to give birth to it's fertility time. It's fertile money time and manifestation and all that stuff. So know that. Menstruation was a time that a woman had to be still, put her everyday labors aside and renew. For all people, the dark of the moon was a time to incubate ideas, which nocturnal dreams for signs, and be still. In modern life, we as a culture don't honor these natural cycles often enough, and as a result, our lives are usually bereft of this important time of rejuvenation. The sacred landscape wants you to know that when you receive this card, be open to receiving signs, be still, do nothing, be open and breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you're trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding the situation. Become the sacred watcher. Observe life as it unfolds rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Be receptive to messages from your soul. This message can also be a bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. Expect miracles, people. And I hope you have an amazing night.